everyone, welcome back to the 28th Annual Sedona International Film Festival. I'm your host, Carol Kahn. We are coming to you live from Yavapai College, the Sedona campus, and would like to thank our sponsors, Northern Arizona Healthcare. And joining me now is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Patrick Schweiss.
I love you, Carol.
I love you too.
Oh.
Do you know this is I know this is longer for you, but this is my 5th year.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What is that, like crystal, cotton? What are we supposed to give you for 5 years? We got to work this out.
We do.
Perhaps it's turquoise.
Turquoise. That would be good. Okay,
There you go.
I will do that.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
you.
5
Thank
years,
you.
that's amazing.
I know.
Oh,
I
we've
will
gone
never
through a lot.
forget the first day that you asked me. I'm like, are you kidding me? The answer is yes.
I was so I'm very persuasive.
Yes.
It's awesome. It's awesome to have you on the team.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks. So tell me, 28th Annual Sedona Film Festival. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
I know.
I can't believe it. It's my 18th. And I can't believe it's been my 18th, and I certainly can't believe it's been the organization's 28th.
Wow.
And I was involved with all of them in some sort of peripheral way because I was the rep at the Red Rock News that did their program for them way back in the beginning. So just to see where the organization has come from back in the mid-'90s to now is just phenomenal. I mean, when you think about it, it was a 2.5-day festival. They started it midday Friday and went through Sunday night back when they started it. And there really was only one movie theater in town at the time. So now to see that and how much we've grown is really phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
And this year's a little bit different because we actually had a festival in
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
It was like 105 degrees outside.
Let's turn around and do a film festival 8 months later. I would not recommend it. It's crazy town.
Yeah, and now we're expecting
Yeah.
snow. So
Yeah, right. Why not? It was 107 degrees every day this summer when we did it. Now it's
Right.
going to be snow.
Yes.
But we're very proud because we were one of the last live festivals to happen before the pandemic. Literally 2 days
Yeah.
after we were done with our 9 days, we had a very successful festival in 2020, and 2 days later, South by Southwest was the first one to announce they were canceling because of the pandemic, and then one by one, all of our colleagues had to cancel. And then it wasn't until months later that everyone kind of went, oh, we can do this virtually, and then it turned into a virtual thing for the next year and a half, 2 years. We're so proud that we've gone live, and we have not missed a year.
no.
We've gone live. We moved it by a few months. Last year we did a hybrid festival, part live, part virtual, but we've never missed that live experience. And I think as festivals and as people who promote movies and seeing movies the way they should be seen on the big screen in a communal setting with other people, I'm really proud of that. I'm proud that
Yes.
we've kept that tradition going.
You should be. And you're like an icon here in Sedona. So
Oh, bless you.
everyone's like
I have a good publicist.
Yeah. Yes, don't we?
Indeed.
But it's true. I mean, Sedona, the town of Sedona just rallies to support
Oh my gosh.
you and the film festival.
I can't even tell you. Thank you for noticing that and recognizing that. It has been absolutely unbelievable, the outpouring of support every year. Our sponsors, from our title sponsor, Northern Arizona Healthcare, to all of our presenting sponsors, all of these sponsors that give us cash. That's so valuable to us, and it's so important. And there's an additional list of probably 40 other sponsors of all in-kind things that we get. I mean, the number of hotel rooms alone that we get to house our visiting filmmakers and VIP guests is mind-blowing. The generosity from our resorts, from our restaurants, from our places that feed our filmmakers in the VIP lounge every day. This is an outpouring of love from this community. And I know, especially coming out of the pandemic, it's a tough time for these businesses to do it, and yet none of them missed a beat. Even in June and coming back 8 months later saying, will you give us free food for the VIP lounge? Will you give us free hotel rooms? They came back and said yes. They love what we bring to town. They love what we do for the community. They love the people that we bring in for this event. We're very proud to say we're the largest event in Sedona, largest multi-day event in Sedona, and have the largest amount, the biggest amount of local support. And local, that comes from audience members as well and sponsors. It's fantastic.
Yeah. The other thing that I love is that people who've been at the festival want to come back.
They
and
do.
so every year
Yeah.
we see our filmmakers come back again. And
Yeah.
to me that is it's old home week, right?
It is.
And so
It is.
I just
It
love
is.
that.
It's like a reunion.
Yes.
And it's so fun because you kind of look at them and go, wait a minute, you don't have a film in the festival this year. But they're coming back just because they want to be here and enjoy because they had a good experience. And that's really nice. And that also helps the word get out to the filmmaking community about our festival. So every year it gets a little easier and a little easier to get submissions, to get people to say yes to us that we want to show their films, because they see on social media and hear from their friends how we treat them when they come to Sedona. So it's very nice. And again, my staff and I can only take credit for a certain amount of that. It's the community. It's how our community welcomes them. It's how our audiences, which so many of them say are the most sophisticated audiences they've shown their film to, we're proud of that. We're proud of our audiences. We're proud of what we've nurtured over these 28 years.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder what other film festivals are like, because all the filmmakers talk about our audience and the questions, how participating they are, and so I start wondering, what are other festivals like?
Right.
They just keep going, your audiences are so great, or we love it here, you treat us so well. So
we do, and again, I don't know the specifics of what those festivals are, but we get that a lot. From a short film, from 3 minutes to 5 minutes, to a 2-hour documentary or feature film. Those filmmakers get the same treatment. We give them a hotel room. We feed them in the VIP lounge. They have a party every night. And apparently that doesn't happen at every festival. But we treat them all as rock stars. They are our celebrities for the week. Every festival has to have their celebrities. That's what people come for and look for and that kind of thing. But our true celebrities, every festival, are our filmmakers. And that's what we hope they feel when they come to Sedona.
And we've our celebrities, so we had Dr. Elvis.
Oh, wonderful opening night.
Dr. Elvis Francois.
I just love it. It rolls off your tongue.
It does.
Dr. Elvis Francois. Everyone suddenly wanted to have spinal injuries so he could operate on them. Yeah.
And but the thing that I loved about him, and I just want to say this, is that he sings, he has he's been on every single probably media, from the Rolling Stone to Good Morning America to the Red Rock News. Even
Great
have
plot.
That on.
Yeah. My family owns it.
Yeah. And I wrote the story.
This is like a comedy act. Does it get better than this, people?
Oh, poor Steve in the back is going, you guys are too much.
But it was nice to see somebody that has done those things be so humble.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
We were his big live show.
Yeah.
It was his first live show in front of a big audience like that.
Yes.
Everything's been virtual or recorded in a TV studio with no live audience. Yes, he may have been reaching millions, but he's not seeing them. And here he had a visual with us and a connection with us, and it was really wonderful.
Yeah, and you could tell he was a little bit he's a little bit unnerved a little bit, because it was his first experience. But in talking with everybody after, I was just blown away by this guy, because he was just he was so surprised of the reaction that he got. And that's what I loved about him, is that he really is a doctor first, and the celebrity wasn't really that important to him.
Right. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Just a great way to kick off the festival.
Yeah. So who else is coming up?
Mariette Hartley is coming on Saturday. We're honoring her with our Lifetime Achievement Award. Hopefully she's not watching this, because it's a surprise. But
and I didn't tell
her. So we're really excited. She and her husband Jerry have done this wonderful film, Our Almost Completely True Story. Sometimes it's hard to find good comedies at a film festival, because it's all very serious stuff, really good films, but very serious stuff. And this is just a wonderful comedy, and they don't take themselves seriously. It's beautiful. It's their love story. They found love with each other after the age of 60. She
faced after 65. I think.
Yeah. She faced ageism in Hollywood. No one remembered who she was. She wasn't getting jobs. She wasn't getting offers. She'd show up for an audition, and people didn't know who she was. And so they wrote that into the movie, and that's part of the movie, about people just not realizing who Mariette Hartley was. And so it's so beautiful that they've taken that and turned it into something. I actually called this film the Love Boat of films. You know how Love Boat and Fantasy Island, it was all these wonderful actors who may not be doing a project, or you may not have seen for a few years, all of a sudden are in this episode. And that's what this is. They called on all their famous friends, who we may have not seen for a while. Morgan Fairchild, Bernie Koppel, Peter McNichol, Tess Harper, all these wonderful people. So it just looks like this gathering, and they're all friends of theirs, and they all took a part of this film because they knew their story. And it's just going to be really fun to have Mariette here, and Jerry, her husband.
Yeah. Do you know that their kids are in it too? Did you know that?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. I didn't know that until just last week.
Yeah.
So that's. I think the Q&A is going to be really fun. I think it's going to be really nice to have them here. So they're coming, and then we have probably the most beautiful cast we've ever had here at the Sedona Film Festival when our soap stars arrive. We've got Jacob Young, Jason Cook, Brittany Sarpy from Young and the Restless. All of these actors, they're in a wonderful film called Four for Fun. And they're all actors or actresses that have made the jump from the small screen in soap opera work to films. And for example, this is Jason Cook's directorial debut, and he's a soap star. And they're just, and not only are they just beautiful people to look at, they're just beautiful people inside. They've been so much fun to coordinate coming here. So we've got 4 for Fun happening tomorrow night at the Performing Arts Center, but then they're doing a symposium on Friday here at the workshops, where they're going to talk about making that jump from daytime TV to the silver screen. So they're just really being very giving of their time and their talent, and it's going to be wonderful to have that energy here.
That's awesome. And how many films are actually in the film festival?
145 to be exact. And it's been a really wonderful ride. We've got such a variety. The docs are fantastic. They always are. This year is no exception. Our narratives are just mind-blowing how fantastic they are. And of course the shorts. I mean, it's just been a really the shorts are so much fun. People have such a great time at the shorts because they get such a variety in the hour and a half or 2 hour time slot. They're seeing 8, 9, 10 different films of different topics and getting to experience so much. So I always say you can experience the world without ever leaving your theater seat here in Sedona, and it's really true. It's really true.
I love that. And you continue doing that through the year. So the film festival exists.
Right.
But then after that, through the Mary D. Fisher Theater, you show films throughout the world. So people never really have to leave.
Yeah, they never really have to leave. Yeah. It's really wonderful. And now Mary Fisher Theater is getting a little baby sister.
Yeah.
The Alice Gill Sheldon Theater. We're going to open that in mid-May, 46 seats. So we'll have a nice 100-seater and a 46-seater, so we can bring double the content to Sedona all year long, show some of our films more often, hold over the popular films, which we've never been able to do in the 10 years since we opened Mary Fisher. It'll just allow us so much more flexibility and so much more culture that we can bring to our community.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Now, I have been noticing that you have a little star that you're wearing.
You did. Nice.
Yes.
It says "I'm a star,"
okay.
and that goes hand in hand with the opening of the second theater. You know, we did this $2.25 million capital campaign to raise funds for the new theater. We are less than $50,000 to go on the campaign, and we are there. And part of the campaign, we're so proud of this. Part of the campaign is leaving at least $500,000, and it actually looks like it's going to be around $700,000 because we're coming in on budget on the project, which is nice. Between $500,000 and $700,000 in an account, an interest-bearing account, that's going to leave it possible for generations after us to maintain the theaters, to upgrade the equipment, to keep the equipment maintained all the time, replace equipment, whatever that is. We don't want to just build it and then not be able to maintain it. So we've got part of that those funds are used for that purpose. So we've been given very, very large gifts from our incredibly generous supporters, and we wanted to be able to go the last leg of the fundraising campaign is the STAR campaign, because we realize not everyone can write a $10,000 check to charity, not everyone can write a $20,000 check, not everyone can write a $5,000 check, but for just $50 you can be part of our community. We're calling it our community theater because it is a community venue. We are here for this community, for our area, and for not only our community but the community that we consider independent filmmakers who are now part of our family. And so anyone can feel like they're part of our capital campaign by just making a donation of $50 and you get a nice little star.
Yay. And where can they do that? Where?
Any of the box offices at the film festival locations or our office after the film festival. And it's just been really wonderful. It's been wonderful to see, as the days go on, more people wearing these stars. And they'll see me and they'll pass me in the hall or pass me by the theater and say, "I'm a star, I'm a star." So it's really, it's very cool.
I will tell you, you have to get the star. First of all, it's blinding me because the way that the light's hitting it, I'm like, I need my sunglasses.
That's what we want. Draws attention.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So you need to get your star. Don't forget to get that.
Absolutely.
So what is your favorite time in the whole entire festival when it's over, right?
No, ironically it's not. And so many people think I'm nuts. My least favorite time of the year are the 2 or 3 days after the festival. In fact, we almost, the staff and I, mainly me, almost go into this depression because it's 9 intense days. Now, mind you, we've been for 2 months prior to that getting ready for these 9 intense days. So the festival is here. We're finally getting to meet the filmmakers that we've been calling and talking to on the phone or emailing with. It becomes this incredible block party or camp when we're all together for 9 days, and it's intense and it's fun and it's exciting and you're going from one thing to the next, and all of a sudden Monday morning it all stops. Everybody goes home. There's nothing in the theaters. There's no intensity. The phone's not ringing. There's no intense box office lines. And we just go, it's over. So it's actually like Lori, our box office manager, likened it to summer camp, and when everybody gets on their buses and goes home, and that feeling that you have, like you just had something really wonderful and now it's gone. And so we get really sad next week about that. So my very favorite time, before I get too emotional, my very favorite time is what's happening now. It's when you're walking out of a theater and there's 280 people watching a really powerful film at 10 o'clock in the morning over the Performing Arts Center, and the Mary Fisher Theater is full, and Harkins has got great crowds, and there's a workshop happening here next door. You all are happening here in the Media Lounge. That's my favorite time, when I make my rounds and see that everything is happening, and what we're bringing to people, and what people are bringing to us. And so all these 9 days is my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, it's in perfect harmony. And don't cry, because I've already cried already, and
Yeah.
I could cry again.
I'm such a baby, an emotional baby.
We've already experienced me. And there's only toilet paper, but we can't find any tissues.
Whatever will absorb.
We've already experienced that one.
Yeah, we won't go down that road.
All right, so one last thing, Pat. How, if people are at the film festival, do you know our hashtag by any chance?
I do. Hashtag Sedona Film Fest and hashtag Sedona Film Fest 2022.
Yes.
Our publicist, Steve Carr, drills that into my head.
Yeah, he gave me a piece of paper that was like, I couldn't even read it.
So all you cool people out there who are doing social media, tag us on everything.
Yeah, make sure you tag us. Make sure you're watching. We will be having, how many days in the media rooms? Up to Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday morning we'll
Saturday.
be here up in the media room, and also doing red carpets. So make sure that you tune in. You know who Pat is. Just look for the star.
Come find me. That's right.
And you'll know exactly who it is.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Carol.
It's always, like, I just want to hug you.
It's always fun.
I know.
Finger high fives.
Yes. He's one of my favorite people, you can tell.
She is too.
All right. Well, I hate to even wrap this up because I love him, but we will be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival after this. Thank you.